600 miles all alone. Hoping this place I will call my home. It's true at times I got lost, yeah, but truly happiness comes at a cost. No longer being quiet, I've got to make it loud. No longer just being present in a crowd. Nothing can stop me, and I hope that you know this. What's that? You're about to be inspired. It's time 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 to be inspired.
Hey everyone, and thanks so much for tuning into my video. As you can see from the title, this is my all things Cabo experience rundown. The last week in February, my sister and I, we took a much needed vacay down to Cabo, and it was amazing. And so I wanted to come. I got so many questions throughout my trip about a lot of things, like where did you eat, what did you do, what was the cost. And so I was like, why not come and do kind of like a little recap, talk about my fun moments, and show some of the goodies that I got in Mexico. Okay, so that is what this is all about. Total disclaimer, okay? So I was not in any of the planning for this trip. And that might sound like, dang, you let your sister do all of that by herself? Well, that's actually because that is something that she does on the side for a living, if that makes sense, right? So before the pandemic happened, she actually started her own travel agency called Stamp Travel Boutique. And she, because really she's that friend when it comes to trips. She's the planner, she's the researcher, and she knows how to find a deal. And so she would do it all the time for friends and family, and it was like, all right, it seems like a lot of people are coming to me for this. Let me find out how to capitalize off of it. And that's kind of what she did. But then the pandemic happened, right? And so really no one was traveling. And so, you know, she had to put Stamp Travel Boutique on hold. But she was itching to travel, as we all are, being tired of being cooped up in the house. And so I told her, you know, you have a sister who enjoys creating content, capturing content. So how about you do what you do best? Plan the trip, get everything together. I just pay you the money, and I will capture all the content that you can use on social and things like that. And so that's what we did. So I will say, before I dive into these questions, there are some answers that I do not know. Okay, unfortunately she's not here to answer them, but what I can do is give you her information, and you can send her an email. Obviously she's not about to be answering all y'all questions, but you know, if you're serious and want to like either move forward with her planning your trip or whatever, you can definitely contact her. Because when I tell y'all, she like, okay, while I made the trip look fun on digital, like in stories, in real life it was actually amazing as well, right? And so I cannot say thank you enough, because it really gave me the recharge and the refuel that I needed. We went down on a Wednesday and stayed until Sunday. We stayed at the Cabo Resort, which is in basically downtown Cabo. It's right off of the water, amazing view. And if I had to recommend someone or a place for you to stay while in Cabo, I mean, yes, there are Airbnbs, you can get villas. It depends on what your price range is, right? But we stayed at Cabo, and I was thoroughly pleased. Not only was the staff accommodating, they were so nice, and they had great recommendations. The facility as a whole was clean, and you know, obviously being in a pandemic, that is a really important factor, right? But it was so clean. They only operated at 35%, so it wasn't overcrowded. It wasn't, you know, you didn't feel as though like, oh no, I can't move at the pool, because you had plenty of space. I loved all of the different precautions that they put in place, and to be completely honest, I feel like this is my first time traveling out of the United States since, you know, the pandemic and everything. But to see their level of cleanliness, don't mind the Brooklyn fire alarms, okay? Don't mind. But yeah, to see the level of cleanliness that they had in Cabo was just amazing. From, you know, when you walked into the spaces, they wanted to make sure that you stepped on this little mat to kind of like sanitize your feet or your shoes, and then you had to, that's how you could come into the building. But they also had these sanitation like things you had to walk through just to get into the building. And I'm like, for us to be a first world country, even though we aren't heavily driven off tourism, you would think they would be doing more than just giving us hand sanitizer. But that's another story. We didn't get the all-inclusive because we specifically wanted to go into the town and try the foods of the space. You know, when you go to resorts, while they do have decent food, it's not always that authentic, real cuisine that's of the place that you're going to. So, we had breakfast included, but everything else you had to pay for. Breakfast was great. They had a variety of different options that we got to choose from. And so yeah, let's run down the trip real quick. So got there on a Wednesday, had a crazy travel experience. I'm gonna keep it short and just say that. So got there kind of late. So all we did on the first day was eat tacos, drink margaritas, and walk around to kind of get a feel for the vibe. If you don't know, Hispanic men love black women.
Señorita, can I have one good section of the tank international menu?
No, thank you.
It will be for an option.
Huh?
Oh. Not ready?
Not yet.
Okay, and the thing that they kept saying that entire trip was, ooh, are you single? Are you single? Or they'd be like, well, I'm single and bilingual, what's up? It was cute. It was cute. The second day was the boat day. Weather was amazing, and my sister was the type, she kept checking on the weather to determine, okay, should I do this boat or this boat? Like, she had two different options, I know, on her radar, and we ended up going with the Cabo cruise, I think that's what they're called, but I'll be sure to tag them so you can check out their Instagram. But the guys who, the captain and his co-captain were so funny. It made the experience that much better.
In case it's gonna be a bad comment, he was Erica and I am Natasha. Hasta la vista.
We were out on the boat for 2 hours. It came with unlimited drinks and food. And it was a good time. We got to see whales, we got to see baby dolphins, we got to see sea lions. And like, they gave us the history of, you know, the Cabo area, the different rocks and all of the different, you know, just the fun facts behind everything. And so both 10 out of 10. I can't swim, so when we did dock, although I really wanted to go get in the water, I didn't, because I don't have to drown. Not trust no life jacket. Nah, you ain't gonna get your girl today. But I am gonna take my girls class with Black People Will Swim soon, once they open back up. That's on my to-do list for hopefully 2021. That night we went to Edith's. Yeah, Edith's. That food. They had, what we got was their lobster. It was like kind of like a thing that you could share for two. So it had their lobster, butterfly shrimps, and steak. And then it came with like vegetables and stuff like that. I would highly recommend, if you go to Cabo, you need to go to Edith's. Amazing. The next day, we actually did ATVs. So I've never rode ATVs ever, and neither did she. And so that was our first time, and I'm not gonna lie. Okay, now, I really don't like driving, but I miss driving, right? And so since I walk majority of the time here in New York, it was a little like I had to get the hang of it for the first 15 minutes, because I kid you not, we like the terrain that we went in for the ATVs. We started off on, you know, what seemed like simple ground. Next thing you know, we hiking up mountains, then down mountains, and then we're on the beach. It was so beautiful, but nerve-wracking at the same time, because like when I got close to a cliff, I was just like, Lord, please don't let me fall off the cliff. But the tour guide was amazing. It was was super cheap too, including insurance. In total for both of us, it was $80. $80. Like, yeah. That night we actually went to get dinner. We had Italian at this place called Il Forno. I think I'm saying it right. It was really good. The staff was amazing. The food was amazing. I got this it was like a shrimp alfredo. It sounded basic, but it was in like a red sauce. It was actually a pink sauce. It was a red and a white sauce combined. It was good. The next day we just went shopping to get, like, you know, obviously family souvenirs, friend souvenirs. I got myself a few things, and so I'm gonna show y'all what we bought. Okay, we got this cute little Mexican hoodie. We like to say Mexican hoodie because all the Mexican kids had it on out there, and I just thought it was so cute. They had all these different colors, but I think that this is a vibe. Okay, got a cute little it's not little, actually, it's a long blanket. This was $3. Like, it, y'all, I can't make this up. And this is giving me real, you know, like Mexican vibes. Not trying to be funny in no way. Okay, so I got this cute bag that is crocheted, and so it's flimsy. It's not crochet. It's like it's crochet, but like the material is like plastic, I guess. But y'all know I love black and white. And so this was $30, and it came with like this little tassel thing, and I got a K that they made. And what I really love is that I can put my computer in here. It could be a nice little, you know, beach bag next time I go to the beach. And so that was a cool purchase. This is like a hand painted, if you can see. It's like a little artifact that you can put like a tea candle under, so then it can shine through. I thought that this was so cute. I can't wait to get a tea candle just to see what it looks like. But this was cute. And then last but not least, I got these very chic, what are they called? Very chic, why am I slipping on what this is called? Coasters. Child, Lord. Okay, so I don't want to take the plastic off because I'm not using these no time soon. I'm gonna probably save these for my new place. But yeah, these were like $5. And so what I really loved about the shopping experience is that I didn't spend a lot, but I got some really cool things that I can actually look at and say like, oh, I remember that time that I got it in, you know, in Cabo. So that was my shopping experience. What else fun did we do? Oh, the taco spot that I highly recommend that you need to go try is called La Lapitas. The tacos were amazing. Like, I don't think that I can do Taco Tuesdays in the States anymore. Question. Let's get into these questions. I feel like I kind of gave you all in all a good little overview. So how was the flight layovers? So like I said earlier, I was supposed to actually fly to Atlanta and then travel with my sister, but I missed my first flight because I got to the airport past the time to be able to check my bag. So I ended up having to take a flight that went from JFK to LAX and then from LAX to Cabo, so it wasn't bad. For the massages that we got, we actually found them. They were up the street from our hotel. $25 for an hour, and that was one of the shortest hours of my life, but it felt so good. So highly recommend them. A lot of places don't have, or you can't use American Express, so they prefer either cash or Visa. If I had to say what was the most fun thing that we did, the ATVs were definitely an experience, and the boat. So both of them, but if I had to pick, the ATVs were a vibe because, you know, you going through that thing like, and I will say the first like 15 minutes, my thumb was going numb because I'm like trying to push the gas, and it was just a thing to get adjusted with. But highly recommend. Those were like everything. Do I feel like Cabo is good for solo travel? I think that if you're comfortable traveling by yourself, you can honestly travel anywhere. I didn't really see anyone that was like there by themselves, but I think that if you can do good on a trip by yourself, then the location truly doesn't matter, because you can still enjoy good food, get the massages, go on the boat. I mean, I don't know if you want to take an ATV. Granted, we were in a group with ATVs, so I mean, you can still do everything we did if you want to travel by yourself. That's actually one of my goals. I don't know if I want to do it this year, but that's definitely a goal of mine, is to do a solo trip. I don't know where, because I have like this deep fear of being taken anywhere. So I'm gonna pray on that. But again, regarding the itinerary, I'm gonna refer you over to Stamp Travel Boutique, because they are the ones, when I say they, my sister, she is the one who put everything together. She put from where we ate, some of the places, well actually I got the food recommendations from friends, and we also got some recommendations from the hotel, but like all the things we did, even coming down to getting tested, right? So in order to get back into the States now, you have to get tested, and our resort actually had that testing on site, so we didn't have to worry about traveling to go to the hospital to get tested. And so that is like those little details that I would have forgot and gotten there and been annoyed having to pay crazy amount to get to the hospital, but she thought of it. So in terms of the cost of the flight, that was, round trip, I think I paid like $4 something. Yeah, and that wasn't bad. I mean, honestly, I was willing to pay whatever to be able to get away from the snow, if I'm being quite frank. All in all, I will say that I think that Cabo is definitely something that you should experience if you haven't already. And if you are looking to take a trip anytime soon, whether it be locally or internationally, I definitely recommend that you check out Stamp Travel Boutique. I'll be sure to tag their information below, because they're accepting new clients, and they are really good at what they do. And I mean my sister is really good at what she does. She honestly has a gift for this. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Be sure to comment below, like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time.